In a stunning move, the BJP has announced a nationwide caste census, meeting a long-standing opposition demand. This strategic decision, aimed at addressing social equity and electoral dynamics, has caught critics off guard. The census, set to begin next year, could reshape India's political landscape. Will it have an impact on the forthcoming Bihar elections? I'm joined by Dr. Ajay Kumar of the Congress, Rohan Gupta of the BJP, and the political analyst Sajjan Kumar. Thank you all very much for being with us. Dr. Ajay Kumar, given Rahul Gandhi's very vocal advocacy for a caste census, do you believe the BJP has, in a sense, co-opted your agenda to dilute your electoral momentum on this issue?
No. I think, Vishnu, if you remember, Mr. Gandhi had said that we will make sure you get the caste census done. But I'm just thinking, my friend Rohanji, how difficult it is to defend it, because Nitin Gadkari said कि हम लात मारेंगे जो भी जातीय जनगणना के बात करेंगे. Then Yogi Adityanath said वो देशद्रोही है जो जातीय जनगणना के बारे में. Those are, they divide the nation, those who speak. So now I just want Mr. Yogi and Mr. Gadkari to go and meet Modi ji and just repeat what they said first. Second issue is that the caste census, like we have all said, I think is the pressure, Bihar election or the Congress pressure. I think Mr. Gandhi has been always on the right side, whether it is on demonetization, whether it is on COVID, whether it is on the Pakistan-China thing, and on caste census, that the issue, or the drugs in Punjab for that matter, the caste census is one of the fundamental issues which is critical, not from an opposition perspective, but from a polity, because whether it is reservation in private institutions, whether it is giving opportunities in various private sector opportunities, those are the next step. But the first step, I think, is the policy decision making on how the government uses the revenue collected for various sections of the society.
So you welcome this step, right? Ajay, you welcome this step?
Yeah, again, I welcome it. We also welcome the women's reservation. The question again is, now we need to hold them accountable to do it quickly and then ensure that whether it is the...
but you didn't answer my question, Ajay. It's a very strictly political question. Has the BJP not stolen your thunder before the Bihar elections?
No. The people has understood that
you are now saying that you pressurize the BJP. Many would suggest that the BJP isn't going to be pressured really by the Congress party. They've done it and it's a political masterstroke.
One sec. First question is, you denied it for 11 years and it's a political masterstroke. Yeah, Vishnu, you're such an experienced journalist. Won't people understand the game? That 11 years you did, 11 years you said, Chari Jate, Modi ji said. Then he said, this Jatiya Janganna is useless. Mr. Modi said in the last Lok Sabha election. And then you say political masterstroke. I mean, Vishnu, please, for God's sake. Yeah, so I say that it's a victory for the opposition's pressure and
Okay.
Caste census was an idea whose time had come.
Okay.
Let me put it this way.
Rohan Gupta of the BJP, by endorsing a caste census, is the BJP not potentially risking the alienation of your upper caste voter base? That's been a key pillar of, the Hindutva coalition, as it were, especially if reservation demands end up escalating.
I think for my friend Ajay Kumar, it had been very difficult for last 70 years. They were waiting for opportunity to be in opposition to take credit of caste census. They had opportunity for at least 60 years being in power to take credit of that. But now they waited for them being in opposition to take credit. So congratulations to him for this credit. See, Vishnu, we need to understand one thing. This issue has been very, very critical. And who has ruled the country for so many years? It is more than around 60 years. It is Congress party. If they were serious on this issue, why they have not initiated caste census whenever they were in government? No. Even in 2011, they started the process and finally they didn't release the data. Why? If they are very serious, why they oppose the Mandal Commission? The point here is this is the government which is very serious on whatever it does. In September 2024 only Amit Shah ji indicated that yes, there will be caste census. So I'm happy, Ajay Kumar ji, my old friend, you please carry on taking the credit. But the end of the day, people will remember that when it was announced, it is during the Modi tenure, and that is a fact. For 10 years, Congress was in power, you could not do it. For 50 years before that, there was absolute Congress government, you could not do it. For you, it was a political issue, and now that political issue has also been taken over by BJP.
Answer that question, but
can I just respond for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, my friend Rohan Gupta ji, 125 years, RSS has been opposing any caste, SC or ST, 125 years. So you want to go history? 125 saal, whether it is Gowalkar. The biggest anti-caste riots happened in your Gujarat by the BJP RSS combined in the 1980s. Second. Third is we brought the reservation in educational institutions. If you look at engineering, medicine, and education institution, it was the Congress government, sir, which brought reservation into the educational institution. The implementation, if you remember, so the question is, we did it much before, and now we have done it in Telangana. We said we will do it. We did it in Karnataka. My only question is, Rohan bhai, Amit Malviya, Nitin Gadkari, Modi ji, you all said no to caste census. Why do you do it? Because you have no choice. And for 125 years, the RSS has opposed. And please, you're from Gujarat, Rohanji, and we are good friends. So remember, the worst caste riots in India happened in 1980s during the Mandal agitation in
No, but
Gujarat.
Ajoy answered this part of the question, which he did raise, and he said, and he alluded to 2010, right? That's when Dr. Manmohan Singh, as PM, told Parliament that the government would consider a caste census. There was, I believe, a group of ministers which was formed.
Absolutely.
But there was only a survey which was done, not a full census. So if you are fully endorsing this, what stopped you from doing this in 2010
No,
as a proper survey and not just as a proper census and not just a survey?
Okay, now so tell me something. Which is the government which brought Forest Rights Act?
So now you're deflecting.
Let me complete.
Now you're deflecting nicely. You answer the question now.
Vishnu, you're not letting me complete. The question again is any kind of governance. Why didn't you do this? I can ask Modi ji that why didn't he teach China lesson? The question is, one second, let me complete, sir. Can he? We brought reservation for the scheduled caste against scheduled tribe. So that means all the SCs and STs, we brought in the reservation for backwards. So there's everything in governance which takes time. But you tell me that
run away from the question, please.
No, I'm not running away. The question again is the caste survey was done. The data is available with this government. Based on that caste survey, couldn't they have modified it? The second question is, why didn't this government do the census for the past 3 years? And the third question, Vishnu, is, why did you for 11 years not do it? I can also ask you a question, no? Why
okay, all right, let Rohan go ahead and answer. Sajjan,
see again, Vishnu, I am coming, that's what I am saying. When for you the issue is only political, you will question the other government which is in power for last 10 years, but you will never question your own self who have been in power for last 60 years. Who opposed Mandal Commission? It was Congress Party. Who did SECC? It was Congress Party. Who didn't declare the result saying that there were anomalies? It was Congress Party. Then I think they don't have, moral right. Okay, anyways, Congress always, gets moral victory and tries to take credit. I am happy with that. As an opposition party, I am very, very happy, and my best wish is that for all the things you take credit being in opposition. I am very, very happy. The basic point here is when the issue is political, Vishnu, and you want to score political point, people know who has introduced and when it got introduced. When history is written, it will be said that it was under Mr. Modi's tenure, this was declared. And when history is written, it is there in history that for 70 years, Congress could not do it. These are the facts where nobody can change.
Okay, Sajjan Kumar, come in at this stage. How might, and looking at the larger stage beyond the BJP and Congress sniping at each other, how might this caste census reshape electoral dynamics in Uttar Pradesh or perhaps Bihar in a more finite period of time, given the elections there, where regional parties rely heavily on caste-based mobilization? What challenges does this pose for both the BJP and the Congress?
Vishnu, I mean, this will certainly reconfigure and also consolidate the existing support base of the BJP among the OBCs. Remember, caste census is just a beginning to something which we are talking about, the subcategorization. Within the Dalits, SC, we already have this policy of subcategorization, and we do know that if you go for the politically assertive Dalits like Jatav, Ravidas, etc., they do not for BJP, but when you go to the Valmikis and others, be it in Haryana or be it in Uttar Pradesh, even if you go to Maharashtra, you have Mahar versus non-Mahar, Matangs, etc. Then caste census is something which, if you go by your commonsensical assumption, it seems that it is an antidote to Hindutva, which it is not, because Hindutva is also a very smart reconfiguration of the caste identities. and therein the non-dominant OBCs, non-dominant, not politically not that assertive Dalits, and the new generation is coming. So that is why the impact would be that BJP, which is already the largest party of the non-dominant OBCs in every state, barring a couple of southern states, and which is also kind of fetching the support of more and more supports of the politically docile Dalits, which is now, who are now becoming assertive. So that way, caste census is not something which is going to be the antidote of Hindutva, but rather the subtext of this text is going to be that this data will give a credible ground for the further subcategorization of both the OBCs and the SCs, and the ones who have larger number but have not been assertive during the Mandal or the Ambedkarite movement are the support base of the BJP. So certainly BJP across India is going to be the prime beneficiary, certainly in Bihar and UP, because remember the last point, Bihar has seen the conflict within OBCs. This intra-OBC is the clash between BP Mandal, representing a feudal mindset, feudal backwardism. They just wanted to replace the upper caste and wanted to emerge the new feudal political lords who should rule the states, versus Karpuri Thakur, who wanted to fight the caste system, but Brahmanical system, but also wanted to have a egalitarian representation to all the weaker section. So that is why this Karpuri Thakur vote bank, which is now with Nitish Kumar, and post Nitish Kumar, BJP is eyeing to catch that. And in UP already see the non-Yadav OBCs. All these things are going to get further consolidated because you will have the data. So therefore, this assumption that the caste is going to be the antidote of Hindutva, and therefore caste census will push back BJP's Hindutva-centric mobilization, I do not think that is going to be the case. This is going to further give impetus to BJP to consolidate their support base among the subaltern Hindus, and that is why I am not surprised that BJP took the lead and took the thunder away from the Congress, who, and particularly Rahul Gandhi, who have been aggressively centering his political campaign for the last 1 year on the around the caste census.
Or
Yes,
just respond to that. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, so I have a visceral disconnect with Sajjan on this. If it was something which the BJP wanted to do, they would have done it 10 years back. First question. The ground is slipping. That Hindutva doesn't do. If you are the genuine Ambedkarite, or if you're a genuine subcategorization, or a person who believes in the caste census, then the concept of Hindutva doesn't gel into that whole perspective. You might say that they have sub-opted other caste, some amount of OBCs, no denying it, only because they put Yadavs as against them in different parts of the state, or the dominant communities in different part of the state. The fact is, whether Karpuri Thakur, he quoted Karpuri Thakur. Karpuri Thakur was the most anti-BJP guy. I mean, you might take his son as a minister as a different issue, Sajjanji, but let's get it very clear that let me complete, sir. Whether the Mandal movement recognized the benefits to all the backwards, no. Fact of life. Whether this is how it will be advantage BJP, I have my doubts. For the first question is whether it is the different states in India, the OBCs and the SCs and STs, and I suspect even the RSS chief meeting Mr. Modi few days back, is that the realization that their Hindutva card is, has got an expiry date now. There is a limit to people listening to it. They needed to come with something which was political. They were only driven by political compulsions. 11 years late, that is all right. But my first question is, we'll see how it plays. It is not only you need leaders on the ground, you need people. So whether it is...
Running out of time. Sajjan, you wanted to respond to that very briefly. You've got 30 seconds and then 30 seconds to Rohan. Sajjan first, you, then Rohan last.
Just to Ajay, of course, Karpuri Thakur is cited because he signifies, that weaker OBCs, and his chemistry with BJP and Jansangh was, both positive and negative depending upon the... So he would oppose when circumstances are different, and he would also form government during Janata Party and during non-Congress. The point here is that to think that caste census is going to push back BJP's Hindutva-centric hegemony, I do not think that is going to be the case.
It's not going to work against the BJP and their politics. Rohan, last word to you, literally 30 seconds.
See, Vishnu, this is the basic difference of the mindset. When you say caste census, the purpose is not to divide people in caste. That's what Congress party has done in Lok Sabha. And that's why people never trusted Congress party after that in 4 elections. Again, Ajay ji is saying that Hindu card will fail. I think he's not understanding the basic psyche of the country now. The Hindus are AK to safe. Everybody knows that, we are all united. But that doesn't mean that after having caste census, please, I never spoke in between.
Sorry,
it doesn't mean that after having caste
apologies.
census, you have to give right to the people as per their strength. That's it. That doesn't mean that you have to divide the people in caste. That doesn't mean that you have to create competition. That is the basic difference between Congress mindset of caste census and BJP's mindset of caste census. And let me tell you the last word. Hindutva will never fail. Whatever you try, Ek hai to safe is going to be the writing on the wall.
All right, okay, Ajay, we'll discuss this later. I know you want to respond. I'm completely out of time on this. This is going to be a dominant political theme
Thank you.
in the days ahead.